Hello everybody. Today we'll be looking at this hive here. We're just going to do a general inspection on it. I'm not sure if you can see it. This hive here, we're going to do a general inspection on it. Just make sure it looks good and healthy. And then we're going to get into the new hive that we did last week. I have some news to share about that, so you'll see that later on in the video. But we'll get to that second inspection in a minute. We're going to dive into this one and check and see how it's doing. So here we are at hive number 1. This is the original hive that we split. We're going to see how they're doing and possibly see the queen. Hopefully we do, but if not, that's okay. This is just going to be a quick inspection. All right, we're just going to be checking a couple of these frames, seeing that empty frame we put in there. I think this was it right here. We're going to make sure that they're building it out and that they have some eggs. All right, this looks good. This was the new frame we put in there. These bees love building comb. They build comb so well. They've got pollen in here. They've stored most of the sugar water in here too. It's not a bad thing. This is what it looked like when we moved it. This is what they've built out in the last week. All this here. Got some sugar water probably capped over. Sugar water, nectar, not sure. Right in here, all those different colored pollens got going in. Feed their larvae with it. Okay, eggs here, queen's right here. We found her. That's good. Found the queen. We also found a queen cup, which is empty, so it really doesn't matter. Found 2 queen cups. So again, this is the original hive that's had the queen the whole time. See, and even they build queen cups. There's 2 of them right here. Nothing in them, no egg, no jelly, nothing. They just build them just because. There's the queen, she's walking around. All of these cells seem to have eggs in them already, so I don't expect her to be on this frame much longer. They'll take the queen cells, they'll build them, they won't do anything with them, then they'll destroy them. I don't know why they do that, but they do. Just gonna push them in, just mush them like that. We've seen some eggs. I'm pretty sure on the rest of the frame and the rest of the hive there's probably honey in there. Not honey, but eggs. There's probably eggs on the rest of it. I'm not gonna go too in depth with this hive. All right, we're gonna clear a space here. And we're gonna go ahead and put this hive back together. All right, so we got this hive put back together. Now we're gonna treat for mites today. I should have done this a couple weeks ago, but every time I open this hive, I always forget to do it. So we're gonna treat for mites. Let me get the apivar and I'll show you how we're gonna do that. So these are apivar strips. You put 2 in each box. You cannot use these if you have honey supers on, so you can only use these in late summer and fall. So this is what it is. You tear them apart like this, and you put them in the middle of the hive as best you can. So you kind of put them right here, and then you'll put the other one down here. You want them in the middle because most of the bees, no matter what, they're going to come to the center of the hive. They'll be in the center of the hive no matter what. So what happens is the bees, when they walk past this, their backs will brush against the back of it where the mites live, and there's chemical on here and the mites will die. So you put them online. The diagram shows a circle around the middle of the hive, where the most activity is, and you want to put both of them within that circle, and both of them are. So when I set the other box down on top of it, it'll just push it out and it'll stay. And we'll have some mite treatment in here. All right, this is hive number 2. This is the split we made. I have some news. So the queen is already out. The other day on Tuesday, I looked in here just checking to see how it was going. And I looked down at where the queen cell was, and there she was crawling out of the hole here. So this is where the sugar was here. They eat through a hole through it, and she crawled right out as I was watching her. And of course, I wasn't filming during that. I was just looking in here to see how it was going. And that's when, of course, she decides to pop out. So today we will definitely be checking on her. We need to make sure there's eggs in this hive. Now I'm pretty sure some of you already noticed that there are a lot less bees in this one. Mainly just because it was a split, and probably only about, estimating 10 to 15,000 bees got moved over. So not very many came with this hive. The other one is going strong, got 40,000 bees in it, you know. So this is a frame where she could have put eggs. I do not see any on here though. Of course it is on the way to the wall, and she generally stays away from the wall because she knows there's honey stores over here, which they have a little bit, but not much. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I hope you can. So no eggs so far. No eggs. I'm gonna put it back. Actually, we're gonna set this one to the side. I'm gonna set it to the side right here. We're gonna pull the other one. This is a frame that could possibly have some eggs on it. Okay, don't see any so far. No eggs. That's not a good sign. I was hoping we would see some eggs. Now, I do want to show you this. They do have 3 queen cells on this frame right here. I hope you can see it. I can't see my own camera to tell. They do have 3 queen cells on this. 1 is capped over. 2 are not capped over. So they'll work their way through this. I don't want to destroy them just yet. At least not all of them. I do want to get rid of this one here. Just because it was capped over. The ones that aren't capped, we're going to leave them alone for now. And we'll check them in 3 or 4 days. I see larvae, but no eggs. And if I do see eggs, well, I don't see any eggs at all. Actually, wait a second. There are eggs in here. Okay, that's good. There's the queen right there. She's not marked. She's right here in the corner of the frame. She's right there. She is on this frame going around laying eggs. So that is good. They accepted her. That's what we wanted. Let me make sure she's even in the frame for you guys. Again, I cannot see my phone, so. She's still on the bottom of the frame here. Not marked. She is about 2 to 2.5 times the other bee's size. But we're not going to mark her this week. She was under a lot of stress last week, so we're not going to mark her. We're going to leave her be, let her lay some more eggs. but there are eggs going in, and that's good. I'm just gonna watch her for a minute and see if she lays or does anything. And I'm only seeing the one frame that has anything on it. Now, each side of these frames has 3,500 cells on it. So there's 3,500 cells in total on this and 35 on this side. So it's 7,000. So I only see like half of one frame filled, which means she's probably kind of right on track for where she needs to be in the amount of time she's been out. So we'll keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on it, make sure there are more eggs going in, of course. All right, so an overall good day today. We had the original hive, we checked it, seen the queen. There's eggs, larvae, brood. They have plenty of stored honey / sugar water in there, capped, plenty of it. The new hive is great. We found the queen, they accepted her. They have some eggs, about one frame's worth, one side of one frame. So somewhere between 1,500 to 2,500 eggs probably on that one frame. They have some stores. They have 2 empty frames with nothing on them. So we're going to give the queen probably another week to lay as many eggs as she can. She was actively laying. I watched her after I showed her to you guys. I did watch her a little bit, and she is still laying. So that's good. And we'll keep an eye on her, make sure she's doing that. After about a week, we'll start feeding them sugar water once they have plenty of capped brood and plenty of eggs, plenty of larvae in there. You don't want to give them sugar water right now because they'll fill up all the empty cells with sugar water. There'll be no room for eggs. We want her to lay as many eggs as possible, so we're going to give her plenty of time to do that. She's only been out in the hive for 2 days, so somewhere between 1,500 to 2,000 eggs is where she should be at. So next week, when we check them, we should see eggs everywhere. We should see eggs all over the place. And if not, we need to have a discussion about this queen. But I have faith in her. She looks good so far. She's nice and big. She's bigger than our original queen. So we'll check on them next week. See you guys then. Remember, like, subscribe, comment if you have any questions. And thank you again to the people that are subscribing. I appreciate it. Liking the video, that helps. Lets me know you guys actually watch and care about what I'm doing. So we'll keep it up, and we'll see you guys next week.